my name is Tanjin and I am the founder to the Green Feet movement. Today we are taking you along the Pani Zampa to Taba trail, and we haven't explored this trail before, so let's find out what we can do. We're joining the BBS for their program Plogging Bhutan. I hope we have fun today.
So hi, I'm Srijana. I'm also from the Green Feet movement. So like my friend Tanjin said, let's explore the trail together.
I think plogging in Bhutan is basically picking up your trash and jogging.
The act of picking up trash
As simple
as
as
you're
this.
jogging. Yeah.
Yep. But we have to be jogging if you're plogging. But with the Green Feet movement, what we do is we hike the common hiking trails and then we try to pick up trash along the way. Plogging in Bhutan, I think, is picking up because a lot of people are getting familiarized with the idea. What do you think?
I think it's a new concept, yes, and the fact that these episodes are doing a great work when it comes to awareness about this concept, because it's actually a very good concept. Just go, like when you're going for a morning jog, just pick up some trash and take it with you.
Yeah, I think it is picking up, and
It is.
Yeah, and I think the future is bright.
Very bright indeed.
Yes.
I would say yes. Well, because we've gone to many popular hiking trails, and maximum of trash we found were in the most visited ones. Like when we went to Pajuting, we like literally brought back
A lot
like
of sacks of trash.
Was it like 2 boleros full of trash?
actually,
Yeah. So yeah, that it is a big problem, but I think we are improving. We're getting there. It's a journey.
And wherever we go, what we can do is
Carry
take a small
trash bag.
trash bag like this, and then you can carry trash along the way. And that is something that all of us can do on our individual levels to actually really try and tackle this problem of
Be
trash.
responsible for your own trash. Yeah, do not expect someone else to take it care for you.
with the Green Feet movement, what we try to do is we hike common hiking trails and we theme the trails along the way. It was started as part of my other project that's called Revive Bhutan, and to mark the first year anniversary to Revive, I started the Green Feet movement, and it was started on the 21st of May 2021. Initially, when Green Feet started, it was just us doing mini cleaning campaigns with just few of my friends, and then we officially thought that we will separate the group and give it another name. That is how the Green Feet movement came out to be. And that is when we started involving more volunteers and make this movement a monthly movement where we get in volunteers and we go along the hiking trails and then we clean it. And that is how all my volunteer friends also get into the picture.
Yeah, so that's when I got in the picture. And so I found Tanjin through one of my common friends. After discovering her, I would say there was no going back, because I just loved what she was doing, and I felt so much for this topic of discussion and this movement. So yes, I've been part of it ever since.
Like we were mentioning along the trail, this trail particularly is quite clean, so we wouldn't say that this is a hard task for us. We do come across trails which are very littered and because we can take only a small group of people, right, as volunteers, so it becomes a little challenging to us physically if the trail is very littered.
I think the challenge is to bring the trash back.
Yeah,
collecting is fine because we leave it like in certain areas as we hike up, but coming down it becomes a large amount of trash. So carrying that is a big challenge. And segregation, right?
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, segregation is also a challenge, because while we are hiking, we cannot say that we are segregating all the waste that we get. It is definitely a fact that all the waste that we collect are dry waste so far, but we cannot really dedicate our time into segregating bottles for bottles or papers for papers and plastic for plastic, because at the end of the day, it's a group that you're taking together, so we really cannot do that. But like we said before, we're educating ourselves more on what we can do, so hopefully we'll have a solution to it. But for now, we are people that we just want to really put forward the idea of how healing nature is, and then, you know, while we hike, we can do something on our individual level. So just that part of it, we cannot say we will be the solution to trash in the country, but whatever we can
try.
Do, whatever we can do in our small ways, this is what we're trying to really put forward with the Green Feet movement. Firstly, when we began, I think our initiative for now is definitely very active in Thimphu, and what we felt was a lot of initiatives actually begin in Thimphu, and you know, a lot of initiatives just begin and die in Thimphu itself, and a lot of opportunities are only for the urban areas, and we are, I think, very cautious of what is happening around us. But what we thought we would do different with the Green Feet movement is also start this movement in other dzongkhas, and that is how we have started it with 2 other dzongkhas as well, and I think Sri can add on.
So when we thought about how do we grow this movement, so we thought, why only Thimphu? Let's take it to other dzongkhas as well, because this is not a dzongkha problem, this is a worldwide problem, to be honest, but we can only take care of our own country. So then, so last year, besides Thimphu, we also did some campaigns in Pinsling and Gelifu. So yeah, but it wasn't very big groups, but we are very happy and grateful to the people who actually organized, because we were not there to actually do that. They took their own initiative, organized and did it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The interesting fact is the people who volunteered in Thimphu are our representatives in the 2 dzongkhas, and they are leading it there. Of course, with the pandemic and a lot of lockdowns happening, we haven't been able to do as much as we would like to, but we are hoping that now things are opening up and we can do more. We are looking forward to 2022 being a year where we expand more, and we hopefully will have added at least 3 more dzongkhas this year to join the movement. And yes, maybe, like I say this from the point of view as a founder, I think this is going well, but from Sri, we can hear about what you think as a volunteer and your experience.
When it comes to Green Feet, I think it's a very enriching experience, because it's you're not only cleaning, you're hiking as well. You're going in the nature, away from the hustle and bustle of the city life, you know, and you meet people of the same mindset as you. they enjoy hiking, they enjoy getting to meet new people, they enjoy cleaning and everything. So it's like when we do this, we are not only focused on cleaning, we're focused on all of these topics, like mental health is one of
the healing powers of nature, right? So personally, when we go to the hiking trails, we open up a lot of conversations on things that we usually wouldn't talk about. So we understand each other's mental space.
It's the energy that brings out those kind of talks. Yeah, the energy of the mountains, you know.
Yes.
And the trees, and the sound of the rivers and stuff.
So we also understand each other's mental state, so we are open to conversations like this. And I think with the movement, I always say this, that we did not just bring together a group of people who just volunteer and care for the environment, but a group of people who have now become friends from strangers, and they are taking their friendship further. So nothing like a movement that just builds the community as well. So yes, that is the Green Feet movement.
The Green Feet movement!
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm Tanjin and I'm 25 years old, and currently my full-time job is as a producer with the English service of PBS Radio. And yes, like I mentioned before, I'm also the founder of Green Feet. I've always found myself inclined towards music and art, and I identify myself as an introvert, so I really like being indoors. But when I do go outdoors, it is mostly to take walks and hikes in the nature, because I find it very healing. And yes, when I have a lot of, I constantly find myself with a lot of busy days. So for me, this is how I recharge. That is by walking and enjoying music and also being in nature. What I know is when I was growing up, I did not really need a lot of friends as well, because I always was comfortable with my own company. And I think that is how I grew to be more and more towards being introverted. And yeah. So growing up, I think I really understood my strengths and weaknesses, and I found my strength in being a leader. And I think that is how I'm able to run or actually bring together a group such as the Green Feet movement. It basically just has to do with the people and their interests, but I think I'm good at identifying those and actually just bringing everyone together. I've realized it more now, and I think I'm just basically educating myself as I go to really do this movement as much as I am trying to do. So I think as I discover myself more by really investing my energy on myself, I will be able to answer this question more on who Tanjin really is, because life is always a journey of how you are constantly learning. So I hope that I learn more and I'll be able to answer this question on who Tanjin is better in the future.
I am Srijana and I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm one of the members of the Green Feet movement. I'm one of the volunteers. So that's about it when it comes to who I am. And how was my childhood? It was a pretty normal, fun childhood. I used to live in a colony, so I had like bunch of friends and we would go out. I think I used to be an outdoorsy kid. And yeah, it was a fun childhood. And when it comes to memory, I think the most memorable part was like I used to live in the east, and so every winter during the breaks we would come to Thimphu for it would be a family trip. So that was fun. That's where I found my love for traveling and exploring. So yeah, that's the most memorable part of my childhood. Overall, it was good growing up.
So I was born and raised in Thimphu, so my horizons actually ends in Thimphu, which is why I don't really think I have a lot of exposure to a lot of things that I can now educate myself on. So I think while growing up and now as an adult, I'm more open to making connections and also making friends and getting to know more people, so that this movement also goes further. But I'm also growing as a person, and I'm really trying to educate myself to be, a better person. So I think that is what my adulthood looks like. What about yours?
I think the difference would be exposure was very limited while growing up, yes. And after growing up, you get to know so many things which we didn't really know about. So like self-development is one thing which has changed, and I'm keeping on working on it until I reach that point. So yeah, I think it's a constant change, and I haven't reached that point yet. So
yeah, there's this joke, right, where you actually say that you always look up to an adult, but then you realize you're an adult, and then you don't know what you're doing with life. So
adulthood is not really that fun, I would say. It comes with so much of responsibilities, and
so I think it's all part of growing up.
Yeah, learning new things, growing as you go.
Yeah,
as you grow.
There is a song, Grow As We Go, by Ben Platt.
Yeah, I love that
yes,
song.
That's another recommendation. So yeah, basically, like I mentioned before, I've always inclined myself towards art and music. So I listen to a lot of music, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I watch YouTube vlogs. which are about minimalism and sustainable living. I'm trying to really practice that kind of a lifestyle, so I'm trying that. Other than that, I think when I really need to recharge, which is very rare because I'm always caught up with a lot of different works from different angles, so I'm a busy person. But when I do get my free time, I try to take walks like this, and then when I really need to recharge, I turn off my phone and then I cut off from the world and then I connect to myself, and I really try to meditate and bring my energy to myself. So this is what basically my free time is. I just generally really want just I also try to study, but I try to really bring the energy to myself so that, you know, I focus on self-love as much as I can, even if it's a 15-minute break. That is what my free time looks like. So yes, what about you?
For me, I'm a music lover for starters. I love music. Listening to music is an escape for me. And another thing is I like escaping the reality, this harsh world. So I watch series, movies, which takes me to a different place and makes me forget where I actually am. Just even if it's for a little while. And yeah, reading. I read few books. I'm more into mystery novels and that stuff. And hanging out with friends. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't really go out also. So usually I don't really find myself hanging out with my friends. But if I have free time, then I get a drink by myself. So that's how I really chill.
When I said I'm an ambivert, so I like going out, but then I need to stay in as well. So it's like how, you know.
Yeah, that was very good info I knew about you. So let's go now.
Yeah,
I think we have a lot of trail to cover.
Wow, we're almost at the end.
Yeah, we're almost at the end and finishing the trail for today. We're almost reaching the end now. So yeah, if we could sit. Let's take a rest here now because we're already here at the end. So with this, we come to the end of today's trail. We are almost reaching Taba now, and we are taking a short rest here. And yes, what we know is that we haven't filled up this trash bag, which means it is fairly a clean trail, cleaner trail than where we have been to, which is a good sign because people are not littering as much as they usually do, and that's a good sign. Other than that, the experience with filming the plogging program with the BBS has been exciting and amazing. I hope that people will take away one or two things or lessons from here, and I hope that everyone, wherever you go, like even if it's on your individual levels, just even picking up one trash is going to go a long way to make what we have always learned, that is to keep our country clean and green. So yes, I hope that everybody will take that into their individual actions, because a habit, I've read it somewhere that it only takes 14 days to make a habit. So each litter you pick up in a day is going to be 14 trash things that you're going to pick up in 14 days. So that's going to be a good thing. And yes, I think that is what I have to say about today. It has been an amazing experience, and I would like to thank PBS for inviting the Green Fleet movement to the program. And Sri.
The experience for today was wonderful, I would say. Plogging is a very new concept in Bhutan, and I hope it catches on and more people do this in an everyday basis. And yeah, like Tanjin said, the trail was pretty clean, and we are very happy to see such trails as well, because we do not like seeing trash everywhere also. And when it comes to an individual level, I would suggest, or I would request people to actually carry a small trash bag in your backpack or anywhere you go, so that when you produce trash, just take it with you, put it in that bag and take it with you, and dump it somewhere where it's actually supposed to be dumped, you know, and not just litter everywhere. And yeah.
That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah, it was a wonderful day, wonderful experience with the BBS team, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Plogging Bhutan with the Green Feed Movement.